Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to the rise and fall of ADV Films. This is by Stage Hands In. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Stage Hands In. So yeah, this is the same guy. We go through all the companies from back in the day, all the animation companies from back in the day, and see they rise and they downfalls and all the shitty things they did. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this.
Many anime aficionados have been well versed with ADV Films, a Texan anime company much like its competition Funimation saw its abrupt end. Whereas Funimation got absorbed into Crunchyroll, ADV Films had nowhere to go after constant lawsuits and limited anime titles. Now, how did ADV Films even reach its end? Well, that's why we're here. ADV Films starts off with three people: John Ledford, Matt Greenfield, and David Williams. John started out as a businessman who operated a video game and console import store during the 90s, while Matt had his own anime club called Anime NASA. Matt then meets David while at an anime club in Sacramento, California. John would get into anime by being inspired by My Neighbor Totoro. And that's pretty basic. John and friends then joined together to create AD Vision in Houston, Texas during August 7th of 1992. Fun fact, during the early years of finding voice actors, the company would get their talent from local theater scenes in Austin and Houston, since there was a lack of voice actors. And got to get your talent from somewhere. AD Vision would then acquire their first IP from Toho. Devil Hunter Yoko would be their first dub, which was reluctantly given to them by Shozo Watanabe, due to the fact Shozo thought that ADV wouldn't be able to make it a success in the States. Plus, at the time, Funimation wasn't around to take the job, so Toho went with ADV to make it a dub in the States. It was a moderate success. Neon Genesis Evangelion, also known as Evangelion, was directed by Hideki Anno and produced by Gainax. The television series aired on TV Tokyo during 1995, while it turned into a dub in the States in 1996. During the 26-episode run, ADV would take on the project and the IP would be produced straight to VHS. During the production of Neon Genesis, ADV would have to go back and re-record many different episodes due to the fact that the company used cheap audio equipment and staffing to make the dubs. Spaces to record were also low budget as well. Cast member Tristan McAvery claims that many of the scripts done by ADV were done by fan ad-libs. You also realize in 1999, Neon Genesis created a AIDS commercial for Texas. The audio is wild enough. Now, if you do have kids, you may want to kick them out of the room for a bit. They're gone? Good. Because the link is in the description below, you dirty-minded freak. Now, on a lighter note, there is a Subway commercial that was done in the same year. Here's the clip for that.
It's kind of the same thing if you go to Subway restaurants after 4 p.m. You can get 4 sandwiches, 4 chips, and 4 drinks for just $12.99.
$12.99 for that much food? That's more than I get in my check every week. What happened to the American economy?
Facts.
I want to go back to the 90s.
Facts.
Sonic the Hedgehog was a big hit in the 90s after the blow-up of the Sonic games for the Sega Genesis. The Sega brand wanted to capitalize more on the blue hedgehog. This original video animation was created in 1996 in 2 parts. Episode 1 was created on January 26 of 1996, while Episode 2 was created on March 22nd of 1996. As it was a success, it was picked up in the United States after the Sonic cartoon was canceled, which was created then by Deke Entertainment. ADV would get the license and combine both episodes into a feature-length film. It was released on September 7th of 1999 to promote the Sonic Adventure game for the Dreamcast and multi-platform consoles. This cult classic was also the first Sonic movie to not have voice actor Jaleel White voicing Sonic. Fun fact, this animation company was also responsible for the Sega CD intro. I'm gonna play it real quick. Great game. Great game. Can't say that for the Sega CD, though. Ghost Story started off as a Japanese story in 1990 that became a 4-part movie in 1995 to 99. Because of the success of the series to the young demographic, a TV series and anime was created by Period and SPE Visual Works. Later on, Fuji TV would give Western rights to the IP over to ADV Films. Fuji gave ADV full reign of the dub, however, rules were as follows. Do not change the names of the characters, don't change the ghosts' original deaths, and don't change the core meaning of each episode. Quite frankly, I don't know how anyone can mess that up. ADV Films and the cast decided to turn the whole script in a different direction that was edgy, fourth wall, while taking jabs at ADV itself. Dub script writers Lucan Duran and Stephen Foster would be in charge of how the script would go. In an interview, Stephen said that during the recording, whoever would come in to do the recording would be in charge of how the script went, as they would collaborate on the same day as it was recorded. Many of the voice cast would do various improv so long as it followed the rules of the original IP holder. Reception to this dub came back mixed. Others believed it was a hilarious take on a serious anime. Many episodes have certain jokes that wouldn't be able to air now in the current climate. I don't know. You know, jokes like these.
Drop the Krispy Kreme, Serpico! We need your help
People
here!
in my house look like my father and my brother after 9 months or
Yeah, diggity!
Forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Did the Crips beat you up and take yours too? They took mine, and now my dad only buys me cheap ones from Payless.
Kind of interesting how this all planned out. Azumanga Daioh was first a manga for the magazine Dengeki Daioh as a 4-part series illustrated by MediaWorks released during 1999 to 2002. Fast forward a year later, we get an anniversary series called Azumanga Daioh Supplementary Lessons, which the animation would take the same style as the Yotsuba End series, which would come out the same year by Kiyohiko Azuma, while the anime was produced by JC Staff from April 8th to September 30th of 2002. The anime itself was aired as 5-minute segments in Japan on TV Osaka, TV Aichi, TV Tokyo, and ATX. These 5-minute segments would then be collected and adapted into a series years later, while on their website they would launch the very short Azumanga Daioh movie as a way to see if there would be a demand for it. The audience blew up so much it became a TV series. Later in the 2000s, it was dubbed in English by ADV Manga on April 20th of 2004. By September 9th of 2005, ADV Films would release the series as a thin-packed DVD set. ADV remastered the series on November 7th of 2007 as an omnibus edition, while the movie was its own thing. In 2009, Nokia would promote it on their OV phone service. Later on, ADV would file for bankruptcy and liquidate assets. This series was remastered by Sentai Filmworks in 2016. During 2006, ADV Films would get into many partnerships. ADV would be acquired by Shojis Corp, as ADV would be acquiring more Japanese IP that would be under the Shojis name. By 2007, ADV would be partnering with Gedeon, but would fail to do so after Gedeon fired half of its staff to make way for its merger. Both parties would not be able to reach a mutual agreement. By 2008, ADV would remove all IPs from its website, including Gurren Lagann, which ADV had demo discs for release with dubbed episodes on it. The company would also turn over IPs to Funimation and cancel anime panels. By October, ADV and Sentai Filmworks were partnered together to release the Mahoromatic series, Pet Shop of Horrors, and Jewel BEM Hunter line. Fast forward to September 1st, 2009, ADV Films would file for bankruptcy due to low sales of anime, manga, and low viewership of shows. ADV, even with partnerships, could not keep the lights on. In addition to having its rival Funimation file style lawsuits years later would get into a 5-year lawsuit regarding IP holdings. Anime Network would be liquidated, as well as assets being transferred to multiple shareholders. Many still debate if ADV is still around. Yes and no. ADV, however, lives on through its 4 companies that it sold to, and Anime Network is on Roku for some reason. Yeah, it's still there. You can go find it. ADV has taken on various IPs, but to no avail would come out short in a niche that was very small and profitable in its time. ADV, however, did things that Funimation did not. Instead of adapting shows into anime, it would actually own its own manga and sell it under its name. Magazines and music titles ADV would also get into. While they didn't sell too well, it would be an inspiration for other anime companies to follow suit. While shows like Azumanga Daioh, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Ghost Tales would be revered even to this day. Certain movies ADV had would be considered cult classics to many anime fans. Funimation, while being ahead of certain trends, ADV had a bunch of IPs that would eventually be taken and expanded by other companies. The main question is, who will do it now? Because we all know Funimation isn't.
Epilogue.
That was fantastic. That was to die for.
Hey,
Not
yo.
approved.
Alrighty, man. That's just gonna about do it for this one. Well, I mean, they didn't really have anything going for them except that Sonic movie thing, which I will say I did watch that back in the day. I did watch that Sonic movie back in the day. I don't really remember it. I don't remember it. I should watch it again. I seen it on YouTube a couple of times, because I'll be watching like the old Sonic the Hedgehog, the ones with Jaleel White, you know, the dude that played Urkel. I'll be watching them from time to time because they be on YouTube and shit like that. So I have seen it. I may have to go back and watch it for myself. But I do remember watching that when I was younger, though, as a kid. But I like I said, that was like a Blockbuster rental, so that was like a one-time thing. But yeah, man, outside of that though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you in the next video. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Good nights, good health to all, and stay blessed out here in the streets. I will see y'all in the next one. Till then, peace out.